Hey friends, let's go ahead and work on our line plot for today. Remember, this is the line plot item from yesterday's Bellringer. So if you saved that one to do today, just make sure you upload your written work for it. We're going to place 4 4/5, 3 2/3, 15 thirds, and 6 1/6 onto our line plot. Let's take a look at these items and see what kind of a common denominator we can come up with. We need to find the least common multiple for 5, 3, and 6. So when I say least common multiple, I'm talking about skip counting by 5, skip counting by 3, and skip counting by 6s. Now I need to look at both of my lists and find the smallest number that's on both, or the smallest number that's on all 3 lists. At first I was thinking that 15 would be my least common multiple. But then when I look at my list for 6s, I don't see 15 on there, so I'm going to have to keep going. It actually turns out that 30 is the smallest multiple that all of these numbers have in common. So 30 is going to be my common denominator. In order to convert these fractions, I need to multiply 4/5 times 6 on both the numerator and the denominator. So 4 times 6 is 24, and 5 times 6 is 30. So that means 4 4/5 is equivalent to 4 and 24 out of 30. Since this is a mixed number, I can just bring the whole number amount over. I don't need to do anything different with that. Same with 3 2/3. The whole number is going to come right over. I don't need to change it. I'm going to convert 2/3 to some number out of 30. To do that, I'm going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 10. 2 times 10 gives me 20, and 3 times 10 gives me 30. So 3 2/3 is equivalent to 3 and 20 out of 30. Now remember, the best way to learn from a math video is to write down whenever the teacher is writing. Pause this video and copy down the process that we used to convert these fractions to fractions with like denominators. Okay. Now let's move on to 15 thirds. I can read that like this, 15 divided by 3, because the fraction bar is also a division sign. 15 divided by 3 is 5, so that's going to be easy to place on my line plot. Let me just circle these so they don't get lost in my sea of numbers. Okay. Last, I'm going to convert 6 1/6 to 6 and some number out of 30. So to do that, I need to multiply the denominator times 5 and also the numerator times 5. That gives me 6 5/30. Okay, so last step, I need to place these 4 numbers on my number line. Let's look and see what our range for our line plot needs to be. The range is the lowest value to the highest value. So it looks like my smallest value is 3 2/3. And my highest value is 6 1/6. So I'm going to make the range for my line plot between 3 and 7. Okay, so in between 3 and 7, I'm going to mark 4, 5, and 6, and then I'm going to go ahead and, since my denominator is 30, I'm just going to divide. I'm not going to try to draw 30 lines in between each whole number. That's crazy. Instead, I'm going to do 3 and 10 out of 30, 3 and 20 out of 30, 4. 4 and 10 out of 30, 4 and 20 out of 30, 5. 5 and 10 out of 30, 5 and 20 out of 30, 6. 6 and 10 out of 30, 6 and 20 out of 30. So essentially, I'm cutting the space in between each whole number into 3 equal pieces. So this is 3 and 1/3, this is 3 and 2/3, and this is 3 and 3/3, leading us to 4. All right, let's go ahead and put our x's on our line plot. I need to mark 4 and 24 out of 30. So that would go about right here, I guess. I gotta draw a line all the way down. 4 and 4/5 is the same as 4 and 24 out of 30, so I did that. Okay, you guys do this along with me. Then I have 3 and 2/3, which is the same as 3 and 20 out of 30, 3 and 2/3. Then I have 5, that one's nice and easy. And then I have 6 and 5/30ths, or 6 and 1/6. Oh my gosh, look. It's a jungle of numbers. Okay. All right, that's the line plot. We did it. Yay! Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Do 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 do. Another one bites the dust. All right, people. See you on the flip side.